Yeah, we got coming up real quick.
They're here. They're on.
They're on.
They're on. We finally got them.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. We are coming to the IC's bike rally. Are you allowed to bring your bikes on the boat?
Yeah, we're bringing in mini bikes. Let me give you a proper introduction. We welcome Roger Earl with FogHat, man, and the whole band on tour right now in Lake Tahoe. I want to welcome you guys to the show. Thank you for being patient with our little phone mishap, but I do appreciate you guys calling in. Yeah, the High Seas Rally. We are going to bring the bikes, but they're going to be mini bikes. We'll have some races.
Oh, okay. Then we'll be there. No problem. I mean, if you can't bring your bikes on, what's the point in calling it a bike rally on a boat?
Yeah,
bike rallies on boats.
We were talking to Xavier Muriel.
The pirate. Yeah. Could they be pirates? These bikers? We could be pirates. We are pirates. We're rock and roll pirates.
You got the right accent for it.
There you go. All right, Roger.
Maybe I'll be there rocking and a rolling.
How you guys doing over there in Lake Tahoe right now?
It's really nice, except I've ordered a fish sandwich and it's called a swai. And I said, what is a swai? Because I fish, so I'm familiar with terms for fish. And they said, well, it came from Vietnam, but it was originally a catfish. But when they first brought it over here, you couldn't call it a catfish because you're in America, and they're the only country that are allowed to call it catfish. So the catfish is now a swai. Right, that's what I said. Anyway, the rally. Rodney, talk to people about the rally.
I don't know. Let's hear what these guys got to ask us. What's up, guys?
What's going on, Rodney? How are you?
Man, I'm having a wonderful time. Wonderful.
You know, I got to tell you, FogHat, you guys, the whole band has been my generation's music for the longest time. I grew up on Long Island. I hitchhiked to the Nassau Coliseum, and you know, as a teenager back then, watching you guys with Blue Oyster Cult and just going around, man.
We still get to play with Blue Oyster Cult now and again. We've been touring with them for decades.
You know, and you opened for them, correct?
At that time, and lately we sort of switched back and forth, but we're all 70s guys hanging in there.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the Nassau Coliseum was the most iconic place in the world. You know, I'm 55 right now, and you know, I remember being there, and you know, being in that parking lot. How was it to play such an iconic place, man? Because there was only two places in New York, man. It was the Nassau Coliseum or Madison Square Garden. Those were the in places.
It was great. I remember one time I went to see Rush there, and I was a guest of the band. So we were backstage and like hanging out and eating sushi and sort of talking. Great band. And so I went out front to listen to them. And what I took away from that, every time their drummer did a roll, it was 10,000 hands that went up in the air and did it with it.
Man.
And I thought that was just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I loved going there as well. What did they do to it? Did they knock it down or something?
No, they were going to knock it down, but now they are renovating it. They're putting a new roof on.
Well, yeah, I mean, a big hole in the roof means it's like an open air.
Who blew the roof off of it?
Yeah, you guys blew the roof off the top of it, man. All those iconic bands. Yeah, I mean, you guys just, you know, that era of music will live on forever. And it's changed the generation. It really has.
You know, Rodney, was it you that mentioned...
bike riding music, too. It's music to ride bikes by.
Hell yeah.
Right?
I heard Rodney, was it you that made the comment about hanging in there, 70s rockers hanging in there? I heard the other day, and I'll throw this out to you. I heard Sammy Hagar and Bret Michaels were talking. Sammy Hagar was interviewing Bret Michaels, and he was talking about, and we've been following FogHat for 2 years now, steady. I grew up with you guys as well. Love the music, and then since we got involved with High Seas Rally, we've been following you closely, watching you as you tour around the country. And Bret Michaels said something to Sammy Hagar about that kind of music that you guys started and led into the, with the 80s hair bands, is still relevant today because it's great music, great lyrics, and we know nothing about either, but except we know what we like when we hear it, compared to some of today's stuff, which is crap.
I'm a big fan of Bret Michaels to start with, not only his music and his personality, which he's a great guy, but he's a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, as I'm from Pittsburgh, and so we are Steeler brothers.
I'm a Steeler fan too.
Because to be left out, don't you?
As long as none of you guys are Raider fans. As long as none of you are Raider fans.
You had to go there.
I'm a football fan, a proper football fan, where they actually kick the ball as opposed to chuck it to each other. Oh, stop it.
Hey, Roger, we heard that stuff. We went over to the UK earlier this year, and that's all we heard about the differences between UK football and American football.
One thing I do have to congratulate you guys on.
You had some great soccer players over here. Some of the best in the world. All three American soccer goalkeepers play in the Premier League. Did you know that for the national team?
Did not.
You didn't know that?
Did not know that.
And one of them was asked, how come you do that? And they said, well, we always play with balls. And I went, okay, enough of that. That's what they said. Ball games. They grow up with playing with balls.
Hey, let's talk about the fun we're going to have on the rally.
Yeah, but first I want to congratulate you guys.
No more football or soccer.
50-year anniversary last year. This is going to be your 51st anniversary for FogHat, man. God bless. And still kicking out albums. Your last one was 8 Days on the Road, released, and you really show that you have a love for music, and this is something that we want to bring onto the ship. I'm glad the High Seas Rally got you guys onto the ship, because you're going to have so many like-minded individual bikers out there that wish they still had the FogHat T-shirts from the 60s, from the 70s and the 80s, man, because I would love to rock one of those shirts on the boat. I can't wait to hear your music live and just sit in awe and watch you guys play.
It's always fun. It's always a good time. And if we wasn't doing this, we'd be standing around going, hey, would you like fries with that?
So have you guys ever played, you guys played the Palladium, you guys played all these big venues. Have you ever played a cruise ship before?
Yeah, we've been on a bunch of cruises. It's good fun. I must admit, it was about 5 or 6 years ago, the first one, wasn't it? I think we played on. I was a little bit dubious, but it's fun. Free drinks, free food, naked women running around.
I'm sure we'll have a lot of that.
Not only do you get to play a concert, but you get to watch about 10 more.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of friends on cruises when there are multiple bands.
One of the things that we've learned from watching your videos and the clips of your videos, even the more recent ones, is you're still playing to all age groups.
Yeah.
You have people our age on there, my age, and I'm in my 60s, to teenagers, and on that cruise there's going to be a wide spectrum. There is no question in my mind that FogHat is still relevant. The people are there. They're into the concerts. They're engaged. They're excited. It's not like it's very, very upbeat.
Across my teenage daughter's bedroom looks like mine in the 70s. She sort of took over my record collection, my vinyl collection from the old days. I was about ready to give them to my friend who owned a record shop, and my girls went, no, we want them. So vinyl's on the resurge again, and all mine are in my daughter's room now.
Like Molly Hatchet, FogHat, and right in the studio right next to us is the legendary Howard Scott from War. you guys.
Great band.
Oh yeah, Howard does a show right next to us, and we've had a pleasure of talking to him. And you know, like songs like "Slow Ride" and like his iconic songs that will live on in the hearts and minds of people forever. You know, it's got to be a thrill to know that those songs made such an impact on people. You know.
Yeah, you know, actually, I'm good friends with Sal Rodriguez from he plays percussion and drums and stuff. Great band. I love playing with them.
Hey, oh wow, you guys play? You guys? I didn't know you guys played together.
Oh yeah, lots of times. Done a ton of dates together.
Oh wow, look at that,
Something
man.
to talk to Howard about.
Yeah, play with anybody.
Howard comes in at 6 o'clock. We're gonna have to say we talked to you guys, man.
So we did have a question.
Okay.
We learned something today that we did not know. We learned that you all did the song "Sweet Home Chicago," and we were listening to it before the show today, and it was killer.
Yeah,
killer. Better than the Blues Brothers.
Whoa, sacrilege!
But it is certainly one great fun song to play. That's for sure.
Yo,
Crowd favorite.
what I like about that song
fact,
is how
we'll
you
be
go
playing
from a great riff in the beginning, and then you go right into you melt right into a blues version, and it takes you away, man.
Thank you.
Plus, we get to get the crowd to sing along with us for a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the High Seas Rally, man, you guys, how many concerts are you performing? Because you know, with the High Seas Rally, you could still book now and be part of this epic event that they hold, and it's such a great ship to be part of helping dialysis patients, you know, helping those in need. The High Seas Rally has done this for people, and for FogHat to be part of this, to the giving nature of this, you can't miss this. And the High Seas Rally is now allowing you to book and pay 9 months and spread your payments over 9 months.
Yeah.
How can you not do that? It's an amazing. We got to pack that. We got to pack that boat.
Well, we're certainly honored to be there, especially for such a good cause. And anytime we can do what we do and help other people, well, what's better than that?
Well, these guys are going to play 2 shows. I was told that maybe I get to host a game show, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, you want to see it? You can help us host
like a Richard Dawson show, right?
The sip and smoke that we have to host. Yeah, that'll be a game show.
Yeah, well, we are hosting the Sip and Smoke. So pop out the cigars, and we'll all sit back and relax and enjoy a good cruise.
Yeah,
you guys got
a good time. Will be had by one and all. We're going to boogie your sneakers and boot heels away.
We are so looking forward to it, and you guys got a busy schedule, man. I was on your website today. You guys are constantly touring. You're going to be close to us on September 16th in Oklahoma City. You got Minnesota, and tonight you're in Boontown Casino in Verde, Nevada. Man, you guys are all over the place. We
are road warriors.
Now,
Yeah, we zigzag all over the place because our agent doesn't own a map.
That's got double.
now, are you guys like driving around in a Hyundai or are you guys in a tour bus?
Now we're walking.
I get the feeling.
Since we're in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, we're actually hiking today.
I get the
we
feeling
fly
it's,
and drive.
they're in like a
We fly, drive,
1979
and
pacer.
paraglide.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, I was reading an article. I forgot which one it was. American Rock and Roll. They did an interview with you, and you were like, "I hate tour buses, man. I don't want to be on a tour bus. No more driving around."
Stock on wheels.
And after 20 years on them, I think we did paid our dues.
Without a doubt, without a
form of transportation.
100%.
Now on the
we do about between like 60 and 70 odd shows a year. So and that seems to work out fine for everybody. as opposed to doing 360 odd a year. And on days off, you're either in the studio or traveling. But no, life is good, and I think the band is probably playing as well as it ever did, if not better in some cases. We love what we do.
You guys are definitely blessed.
Like the 2020 disaster for entertainment industry due to the virus, everybody is more than glad to be back on the road in whatever transportation device they're using. Just glad to be out there playing again.
Y'all have some great, you've been on the road for a long, long time. I know you have great stories. On the cruise, will there be opportunities for you to interact with your fans and to talk about, or for you to share some of these stories that you can share, or is there going to be that kind of availability?
Yes, we will be telling stories. All sorts of stories about what goes on behind the stage, prior to getting on the stage, after leaving the stage, and when we're on our way to the stage. Those stories will be told. Actually, everybody's going to be grown-ups, right?
Spoiler alert. Backstage, it's nothing but a bunch of guys sitting on couches on their cell phones.
It's the party. It's the truth.
That's one of the best things about the cruise is that you get to meet a lot of people, especially when you're there for a couple of days. You make new friends, see old friends. That's one of the best parts of the cruise.
The one thing I want to bring up to you guys is, I always use a statement, paths cross for a reason. You guys are very blessed, and, God puts people in positions for a reason. And I was reading part of Rodney's bio, and you quit music, and then something brought you back.
Yeah, I stepped away from it all and became a normal, short-haired guy leading a respectable life. And I was
khaki pants.
Yeah, khaki pants with flip-on cell phone clip and everything. But about the time the housing market started to make a turn in Florida, as I was in the construction industry, I said, need a backup plan. About that time, someone told me Pat Travers was looking for a bass player, so I got my foot in the door there and started playing with Pat. I figured it would be a year, 2 years tops, and that was 2007. So one of the things I learned along the way is I'm actually back doing what I was meant to be and intended to be doing.
Right. That's right, and we love you. Actually, we stole him from Pat, but Pat has forgiven us.
Yes.
Because we just did some shows with Pat, and he does have a fine band, but we stole Rodney O'Quinn.
Well, going on, another comment of yours, Roger, is, a drummer is only as good as his bass player is.
That's right.
Does that hold true with Rodney?
I always play with great bass players.
I'm not a drummer, I'm not a musician, but does that hold true?
No. Drummers can count, so that can musicians.
No, he's asking, does it hold true that I'm still a good bass player to play with you?
No, you're great.
He keeps you in check.
The famous drummer that said, the bass player and the drummer are the band, and everybody else is just like clowns up front.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's not true.
I'm not sure, but it might have.
Well, I always heard bass and drums was primary. Everything else was secondary.
Right. I know, that was actually mean.
Yeah. I had a good friend once who was also a bass player, and we laid down the road for the rest of the guys to travel on. And I thought, that's right. Craig MacGregor said that. Yeah. And I said, that's the truth. Well, I liked it.
Let's put it this way, you can't have a great band without a great rhythm section.
And nothing without us, are they, Rodney? Nothing without us. Nothing without us.
Now,
hey, we're all nothing but four dancing stage monkeys.
Well, that's what
by the way,
that's what me
wine and the beer has arrived.
Me and 12 say the same thing. We're just two knuckleheads that have this great band that we're talking to now. We never thought we'd be able to ever have the opportunity to interact with the legendary FogHat. We're just, like I said, we're just two knuckleheads who started this radio show, and it seems to be
How do you
moving
think
forward.
Most bands started by a couple of knuckleheads getting together and say, hey, you want to start a band? Okay.
I want to play Louie Louie in my mom's basement for like 3 hours.
Hey, Roger, what made you move from England to Long Island, the North Shore of Long Island? I grew up in Farmingdale, New York, which is not too far from where Port Jefferson was. What made you pick Port Jefferson?
Well, it's where I got off the boat. So,
the fishing?
I got off the boat, and there's this big sandbar called Long Island, and I kind of liked it. Actually, when I first came here with Savoy Brown back in the late 60s, our tour manager at the time had a house out in Rocky Point.
Okay.
And he knew that I had a thing about going fishing, and he said, "You ever caught a bluefish?" I said, "No." He said, "You ever caught a striped bass?" I said, "No." And so he took me to his parents' house, and we went fishing. I caught striped bass and bluefish, and I said, "This is a home for me."
You know,
I love living on the island. It's a great place to live.
You know, New York.
Hey, we heard one of you guys was a first responder during 9/11.
Yes, that would be me.
Oh, well, man, thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
We're clinking glasses for you.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? You'll each have a challenge coin in your hand. I'll get you challenge coins. You'll each have a challenge coin in your hand when we get on the ship. A 9/11 challenge coin.
You guys are going to be there, so we'll get to hang out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hanging out with the legendary FogHat on the High Seas Rally.
The one thing, New York and especially Long Island was spawned a lot of amazing bands. FogHat, Good Rats, the Stray Cats, all these legendary bands that played all these local clubs, Hammerheads, Your Mama's Place, all these different bands. Did you do the tour? Did you do those Long Island tours, those clubs as well, guys?
Yeah, we used to play at a club called Tui's in East Torquay.
Okay.
And we were good friends with the bartenders there and the owner, and we used to start off our tours by playing there. And that was fun. Yeah, we played all those places. Sometimes you get out and play for free just for jamming.
Just to jam out.
Typical musicians. Can I play? Yeah, okay.
Well, you know what? I got to thank you guys for really giving me a great childhood and made every keg party in the woods iconic. Gotta tell you, I got
another life ruined.
Another life ruined. But a lot of hearts broken. But yeah, I definitely got laid to a lot of your songs. I am happy about that.
We always wondered what the population increase was from when Slow Ride was released.
except when you sing.
That was a backseat classic.
Yours wasn't Slow Ride, right? It was like Fast Times.
Well, I do have a problem with Slow Ride because I got when my son was he was 14, he was into Guitar Hero, right? And he would be sitting in his room playing Slow Ride, and I got so addicted to playing that friggin' game. I'd be sitting there, my wife would be yelling, "Are you coming in for dinner?" I'd be like, "Hold on, I just got to get this one more time. I got it. I almost got it down pat."
Yeah, it's funny. That game is what brought a lot of the next generation to our band. That and a couple movies. I think. What's the Dazed and Confused? Yeah, Dazed and Confused. That movie and that game that you were playing. That's what turned a lot of teenagers onto it.
Well, Dazed and Confused, that's what was Matthew McConaughey's breakout movie, man. Dazed and Confused, you ever seen that movie with Matthew McConaughey? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go get a beer.
Yeah, he was actually only supposed to have just an extremely small part in it, and they saw something with him, and he kept working each day, and next thing you know, he was one of the main focuses of the movie.
Wow, and look where he is today, man. Look. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's fate, it's God's will.
There's 3 FogHat songs in that movie.
Yeah.
It's fate, it's God's will, man, and God bless you guys, man, and keep jamming, keep doing what you're doing, and we cannot wait to hear you and be and speak with you on the cruise, the High Seas Rally, coming up October 29th.
Yeah, we can't wait for that party on the seas, man. It's going to be awesome.
And to help everybody practice safe sex while we're out there, you will be able to buy the official FogHat Slow Ride condom.
Yeah, except in Sideshow's case, it's called Fast Times.
Fast Times. Do they come in small? Do they come in small?
Yeah. You can get a dozen on the line in advance. Just go to foghat.com.
Guys, we want to thank you so much for your
They're
time.
handy. If the ship starts to sink, just blow them up and you can use them for buoyancy.
See, you guys should have been on a Titanic. It would have been lives lost. No, but really, guys, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you guys got a busy schedule. We do appreciate you so much.
We're just going to go and eat.
Let's go eat lunch.
You're gonna go.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for taking the time.
And we'll get to hang out and have some fun together.
Appreciate it. We can't wait. Stay well and have a great tour.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Man, that was the legendary FogHat, man. They will be on the High Seas Rally October 29th, November 6th.